taken by this feeling, baby, we're invincible.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Notts County. As always, if you're enjoying the save, drop a like on the video. That'd be tremendous. Today, we're on the page of Tom Tozer. I actually forget which year he came through. I think it was the season before last, into our youth academy. He's been progressing quite nicely. He's sort of top of the charts. He's finally gone out on loan to Yeovil in January this year, just to sort of see if he can get a little bit of first team football, try stuff out for him. He's played 6 starts. He's actually made 6 starts in League 2 as Tom Tozer. So the fact is, he's clearly got a bit of quality, and he's continuing to get that first team football, which is just really, really important for me. Obviously, that's not important because he's not actually at the club at the moment, but he's doing a solid job right now, and I think he might have the potential to play sort of in the Championship one day, which is pretty damn solid. I don't think we've quite got any players that have ever come through the club that have got Premier League potential yet. But I have very high hope for our golden generation and our Romanian striker that might well be the first player to have 5-star potential straight from the off, and that would be delightful because I really do want to bring some guys through as well. Also, just going to start reading out patrons whenever they join now, because it's just easier, and it means I get to say your name soon. So firstly, thank you to Logan Kaiser for signing up over to the Patreon. That is awesome, and thank you to everybody over there as well. That is magnificent, and thank you to everyone that's just watching the videos still. So, it's a Sunday. You know what that means? It's Regen Sunday time. So, I don't think we've done this for like 3 or 4 weeks now, so I had to kind of just be like, I've got to make a cut off somewhere. So, apologies if you have submitted a Regen to the Regen chat before the start of the year. Because I've had to just, yeah. So these are all from the start of 2020, from January 1st onwards, essentially. But don't worry, we'll get back to the proper strategy on that one next week. First things first, it's Hossam Ragab, an Egyptian centre-back who, let's face it, is absolutely brilliant. At 18 years old, to already have 28 or 25 caps for Egypt is quite something at that age. Next up is a San Marinese left-back, Alessandro Pistillo, who actually plays for Huddersfield. I mean, that's probably the highest I've seen a San Marinese player go for a while, to be honest. So that's pretty impressive. The fact that he's only got 10, actually, to be fair, he's 18. Then we've got Eric Muiti, who is a Gabonese attacking midfielder that plays for Bordeaux. He's in talks with Salford, though. He looks absolutely insanely good. 23 years old, though, so a little bit older. Then we've got Calvin Mertesacker. No relation to Per, I assume, but it's the fact that he's got 3 jumping reach, despite being 5'10". Like, does he just not have springs in his legs at all? Also, Mertesacker, but Portuguese. Then we got Frank O'Hanlon, a left-back who was, I believe, playing for Southampton, not entirely sure. Looks incredibly good. Then we got Puciano Martinez, a Honduran with 100 caps for his country, playing for Inter Milan, and apparently he's one of the best players in the world, so to see a Honduran be one of the best players in the world is good. He's not quite Hugo Rodallega, though, is he? Then, I had to have a funny one, we've got Yaya Bad Boy. Shed without comment. Then Jan Kahut, which is a glorious name. I think he's actually Czech, which is pretty cool as well. 18 years old, but he is quality. And fast as hell for a centre-back. And then we've got Rafik Rustamov, I believe Azerbaijani central midfielder. He looks like a pretty solid deal. In fact, for a 16-year-old, he looks brilliant. And then finally, Bira, who apparently just doesn't know what he wants to be. Presumably he wants to be a Libera. It would seem that's his best role, but he could play as a striker or as a centre-back. I love players like this. Like someone said in the chat, try to get him to play in every single position. Seeing all these unique regens has made me really rethink the way I want to start tackling things. Because we've got so many players turned on, it means that there just isn't enough time for my scouts to scope through the whole lot every single year. So I'm going to start being a bit more targeted and going after certain countries in certain years to try and mix things up a little bit, trying to avoid certain countries too, like the big nations, just trying to avoid them in general, get them young from the other nations instead. And I'm going after the sort of under 18, under 19 national teams, which is something people always used to tell me to do, but I never got around to doing it. And just having my scouts look at players from them as well. You can sometimes find decent deals there if you just look at the... I actually find the under 21s can be quite useful too, because you'll sometimes see like a 17-year-old who's playing for his national under 21 side, and you go, there must be a reason why. So maybe bring them in on a trial, send a scout out there to have a look at them if you can. That's sort of a way that I'm going to try and bring in a few more players. I've been having a little look at some of them, and there's a few guys I think might actually be quite solid that we could pick up from some of the smaller nations. I thought there's a guy who, a Gibraltarese centre-back, who actually looks quite good, and I might be able to get him for free. So yeah, and a regen as well. They're all regens. It's going to be gorgeous. So after the frustrating game against Middlesbrough, we had another frustrating game. Egil Hermansson gave us the lead early on at the Medeski, and I thought, finally, we've scored a goal. Unfortunately, it was not to last very long. Pavel Wojlek gave them a really awkward equaliser. He headed the ball from basically level with the post on the touchline, and somehow it went in off the crossbar. I don't even know how. And then Abubakar Kamara, of all people, was able to put Reading in front. A frustrating game where it was pretty even for the most part, and we just came out on the wrong side of it, as is often the case with us, unfortunately. But then we did at least finally go and grab another victory. A 4-2 win away at Sunderland, but I have to stress, How this game was 4-2 and not 9-0, I do not know. They scored their only 2 shots on target, because of course they did. Luca De La Torre with a Thunderbolt, and then Matthew Gilchrist, would you believe it, with a Thunderbolt. Bit frustrating, but that's just how things go. Thankfully, Tyrese Campbell's penalty gave us the lead in this one, I believe it was, yes. He scored another one late on. Hermanson grabbed one, as did Niall McPhee, to make it 4-2, just like earlier this year. But my God, this is, I think, the most chances I've seen us create in a game in this entire save. I think we had 12. I think it was 7 clear cuts and 5 half chances. And they had, obviously, nothing, because of course not. And somehow it was 4-2, but we did manage to get the victory in the end. Everybody was perfect, really. We just conceded a couple of long-range screamers, as always. And that kind of leaves us just outside the playoff spot still, 3 points behind Leeds United. There's a lot, I mean, we could easily fall right down this if we get a bad run of games going. I think we're just too inconsistent to be pushing for the playoffs right now. Unless we got on another one of those great runs, I think it's very unlikely that we'll be going any higher up than where we are right now. But honestly, for our first season of the Championship, if we would have just been knocking on the door of the playoffs, I would consider that a very, very solid first season in this entire division. Regen Booty's still one of the best players in the league, and hopefully that will continue long into the future. And you'll notice we're much better on the old injuries now, so maybe we can have a good final 14 games of the year and just start to turn the form in the right direction. And today we've got to do that against Derby County. A pair of home games is definitely what we need right now, because our home form has been sensational. Right then, so Booty will not be starting this match. That is not a huge surprise there. But don't worry, we can bring in KDH and then swap him and Burton over like that, because Burton, yeah, they're much more comfortable in those positions. Everybody else, though, I'm all right with starting them as things go. Coates's still, getting back to full fitness. I don't think we're going to see the best out of him just yet, but he does need game time in order to get that. So the bench, we're going to go with Keeble, Hughes, Griffiths, Oz, Lervik, Jones, and of course Mehmet Čujić. So yeah, Regen Booty's sitting this one out, having a little rest before the next match, and then he can come back with a bang, hopefully. Wait, no, Hughes has also been rested out, so we'll bring him back instead of O'Shea, give us a little boost in the back line there as well. But you can see Hermanson's probably been one of our best players all of a sudden, particularly in the second half of the year. His progression has really just taken an upward fortune, and I like it. I think we just need to keep on gaining points for the rest of the year, using that home form that we've got, and try to pick up a few more victories here, just to keep in touch with the outside of the playoffs, just in case there's a slip up from Leeds United or someone like that. Well, very little really going on at the moment in this match, at all for that matter. McGee just tips one over there as Hull City take the lead against QPR. Leeds now 2-0 up in their game, so that's very much not ideal. And Campbell could bring it away. He's got support up front, if he could find him, but I don't think he will. Although, if he could whip one across, perhaps. Dewsbury Hall. Oh, around the side for Ron Coates. And amazingly tipped behind by Bettinelli. It's those sort of opportunities there. They just seem to never go in. Ron Coates, great opportunity. Should be doing better. Burton, ball in. Stevens clears. That's the best chance of the game so far. Comfortably. It's gone to Ron Coates, annoyingly. Akinola. Oh. And Burton. Oh, yes! And yet those ones from a much more wide and difficult angle are going in from players with worse finishing. But it doesn't matter, because we have the lead. Robbie Burton with his second goal of the year. This is a hell of a pass, though, from Akinola. We've got the lead against Derby, and that's a deserved one. He's just dug this out of nowhere. Robbie Burton takes a touch to control it, and outside of the right foot, bottom corner, keeper, no one he can do about that, and it's 1-0. Come on. Lawrence has got a lot of players around him. Marriott coming all the way through the middle here, and... Okay. Well, yeah, we're conceding a lot of the longer range shots these days. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just a very good strike from Jack Marriott, his 11th of the season. I mean, it's not great defending from us here. But to be fair, Akinola's relatively well covered here, and it's a great strike from Marriott, which usually means we're about to concede a goal, I find. Whenever we get a weird missed ball like that, it seems to always lead to a goal. Burton does well. Maybe it's a goal for us, though. Coates needs to be on his bike here, and he's just not really making the run. Campbell, can he turn? Can he get the shot away? He does get the shot away, and Burton's in again, and it's 2-1 to Notts County. And for some reason, Robbie Burton has turned into a goal-scoring hero for us today, and now we lead 2-1. This game's just suddenly... I mean, I was right about there being a goal. Burton starts this move. He is playing like fire today. Campbell does really nicely here. Gets the shot away at least, but Burton just follows it. Oh my God, the goalkeeping there is appalling. Robbie Burton makes it 2-1 to Notts County with his second of the night. Bettinelli looks long. Lawrence knocks it down. Bricala. We've definitely been the better side in this first half, and I think we deserve the lead. We've actually got it, though, for once, which is nice. McGee. Burton with room to turn again. They are allowing Robbie Burton way too much space. Now he's found Tyrese Campbell. Tough angle for him, and it's a good save. Oh, goodness me. But we cannot let this one slip. We're playing really well in this one. We've got a 2-1 lead. Derby haven't really offered a great deal. Like, their shot was a bit of a... I mean, it's a good goal. Take nothing away. But they can't keep doing that. This feels like a Curtis Jones type of game, because McPhee's not having it today. Headed away. Campbell. Back for Burton. Ball across. Cleared. Diakabi. Somebody go and press him. Shinny. Everybody just get reorganised. And Marriott's in again. Watch him shoot from range and score again. Tough angle. Oh, come on! This is the kind of goals I was talking about that happened against I think it was Hull City. Like, most of the goals in that game were these stupid ones where the goalkeeper should be doing better. And then, look at that. Right, maybe we need a new goalkeeper next year, but I think he's done all right this season, Coates. I'm always wary about changing the goalkeepers because it's hard to know how much is the goalkeeper and how much is that's just how it is sometimes. But it's always worth freshening things up every now and then. Diakabi's ball through for Marriott. He's got to pull something out better this... Okay, yeah, new goalkeeper next season. How are these going in all of a sudden? Jesus Christ, I don't believe this. This is insane. Jack Marriott just peels off, fair enough. But these never go in. As we've proven time and time again, but it's in the back of the net and Jack Marriott scored. Okay, yeah, whatever. Burton's ball. Punched away on Hughes and it's tipped over the crossbar. Well, this is going to turn out to be an insanely frustrating afternoon again. And a Canola heads one over the crossbar this time. I guess that's just the championship for you when you don't have the quality of player in certain areas. We're good in a lot of areas that's enabling us to create these opportunities, but it seems that the ability to actually finish them is completely non-existent at times. Bloody hell. Like, we were completely in control of this match at 2-1. And then 2 one-on-one chances for Jack Marriott, and he scored both of them. Really, really poor to see that one go again, but that's life. Teams are just way more clinical against us than we are against them at the moment, and I'm not really sure what more we can do about that other than just get better players over time. It's a part of the bigger picture. Particularly as we play against Huddersfield, we've got a few little injuries. Unfortunately, Dehaney can't play. Brendan Rodgers has done a decent job of bringing them out because they were struggling in the relegation zone when he took over. Honestly, I'd quite like for us to come up to the Premier League with us at some point, just so that we could play each other in the top flight. I think that'd be kind of cool. Fjortoft is going to come in there. So you can see a few players. I've got a couple of extra players on trial now. Particularly this guy is an Albanian goalkeeper who's got like a French/German sounding name. Most of them reject the offers. I just thought I'd try and get a couple on trial. Like 90% of them said no, but I'm just going to have to scout them manually. And the vast majority that came in on trial were rubbish. Keeble, O'Shea, Jones, Oz, Famewo, Dewsbury Hall, and of course Chewich. So, dropping with feet, as much as he's been not very good this year, he's actually had a better season than he did last year so far, so in the way, he's actually been better. But with a home team, you'd expect us to try and put in a performance here. We need a response. We owe them good stuff. Right, let's go out there and have this again here and try to actually put in a better performance than against Derby. Because against Derby, the performance-wise wasn't even that bad. It's just that they were so clinical when they got their opportunities and we weren't. Hopefully today we can set the record straight with a victory, because at the moment the inconsistency is the main problem. We're winning one, we're losing one, we're winning one, we're losing one. There's no sort of form to us, really. Coates, that's more like it. Oh, he's lost the ball. Poor start from us in terms of possession. We're not really offering much in the game so far. Campbell, Coates, Campbell, and McPhee! Oh, there we go. No McPhee, our first shot on target, first shot of the game entirely, gives us a list. Callum Chambers playing for them as well. Notts County 1, that's completely against the run of play so far, I have to say. Campbell does really nicely here to actually break through and pick out a lovely little ball to the back post where McPhee actually makes the run for once. Gets in there, lovely little volleyed finish, and we have the lead at Meadow Lane. This time, let's see it out. I'm not exactly full of confidence in our chances of doing that, though, given that, well, oh, what a chance. Petrash. Wow, they should be level there at least. For once, we're actually having a game where we are by far the worst side and we're winning. Good God, it is capable of happening. Let's see if we can keep this up in the second half, because nothing's been happening. We've got to get more of the ball, though. Or we'll grab another one. Booty. Haven't seen a lot from him tonight, to be fair. McPhee, he's been really decent. He's not going to score from that angle, no, but at least it's another shot for us as Leeds grab themselves another goal. I'm concerned that if Iheanacho actually gets into a good spot, he will just instantly finish. Ball over the top for Campbell. Right, he's a bit wide of the goal here. I think it's unlikely he'll score from this distance. And oh my God, he's actually taken it. I think it's because he went closer to the goalkeeper. I find that when they take that touch slightly closer to the goalkeeper, they tend to score way more frequently. I don't even care, though, because Tyrese Campbell has actually put it in. Just as I was saying that Iheanacho would score if he got in a good position, I thought he was too wide. But it's this extra touch there when he just takes it to the goalkeeper, and it's through the goalkeeper, and it's 2-0 to Notts County, and my goodness, we might actually win a game into the channel. And, oh, Fleming! Really poor from him. That's just Brandon Fleming misses his tackle, and he doesn't... don't let this one slip away now. Like, Brandon Fleming should be... I mean, maybe he shouldn't, but then he shouldn't be trying to go out and get there, but still. Doesn't get back very well. The defenders don't do a great job of getting in there, and Petrak makes it 2-1. Okay. Do you know what we didn't need right now? Tyrese Campbell getting injured. Because now, if that's a serious one, we are going to be relying on the Wizard of Oz. And, oh, hello, that could be a red card. Travis is gone here, and Fleming's putting the boot in, and he's been shown a me. And they've taken off Iheanacho. Okay. Well, either way, this game is going to be bad from us from an injury perspective, if nothing else. But we'd only be 3 points behind Saints. Booty's ball. And it's coming through, and it's... Oh, and the keeper just pushes it round the post. Fleming, get that third goal and see this game out. McPhee! Oh, Oz! Yes, Mamacon Oz makes it 3-1 to Notts County. In the end, I think we might have just about deserved the win, but I think the main reason for that is the red card. That just allowed us to have a little bit less pressure on us, and it looks like we are going to go and get the victory in the end. So there's a nice little bonus to the channel from Fleming. McPhee just takes it too deep. Goalkeeper makes a great stop, but Oz is in there, and at least he's actually managed to come off the bench and score for us. Go on, one more. Really compound the misery and actually show that we've got a few more goals in us for once. And Stoke have equalised against Leeds. That's great news. Lervik. He's into the box. He's through. And Hermanson. Oh, Hesse. Oh, God. Hesse Rodriguez versus Sap. This is what I mean. They find it so easy to score goals. But this seems to be like, why is that an easier goal to score than a simple one-on-one opportunity? It's a great touch from Hesse here. But this should be completely... He's not even in the box, I don't think. He is, actually. And it's a thunderous effort from Hesse. And it's 3-2 again. Got room here. There we go. Notts County 3, Huddersfield 2. Yeah, I guess that's probably a fair result in the end. They did have 10 men, but it's frustrating when, again, you just concede the weirdest goal. I mean, particularly that last one, but we got the win in the end. McPhee, Campbell, and Mamacon Oz. Thank God for Mamacon Oz is all I'll say on that one. Whew. Campbell is only out for 8 days. Robbie Burton, that's fine. Well, I think it goes without saying, really, that our next episode should be Leeds and Stoke. Double live com against Leeds, and then top of the table Stoke City. Really, really important games there. We've got a few sort of smaller ones now. QPR, Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday rather, Preston and Birmingham are all struggling sides. Those are games we need to be getting some wins in to go into that Leeds and Stoke pairing with a chance maybe of still getting in the playoffs. I don't know. We'll have to see. Mamacon Oz is starting up top next though, so who knows? Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode in spite of that, there's been goals for days in the last few games, which has been nice, I suppose. Then drop a like, that'd be tremendous. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And as always, hold your gun, capybara. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.